The letter that changed a life. A powerful motivational story based on faith, resilience, and a mother's love. It was midsummer in a quiet English village, surrounded by endless green hills and scattered stone cottages. Yet in one of those cottages, life felt painfully still. Nathan, an 18-year-old young man, lay awake, staring blankly at the wooden ceiling above his modest bed. He wasn't thinking, he was just feeling defeated. A year ago, he had tried to get into university and failed. Not because he lacked intelligence, but because life had not been kind. His father had passed away when Nathan was only 2. Since then, he was raised by his mother, Claire, who worked tirelessly as a home-based tailor to make ends meet. The walls of their home were thin, but their worries were thick. Nathan often wondered, greater than where did I go wrong? Why does life seem to bless others and skip over me? His heart grew heavier each day. Nathan wasn't just battling failure, he was fighting judgment. Still living with your mom, mate? You couldn't even get into uni. What's next? Bagging groceries for life. You're smart, but not smart enough. These weren't strangers saying this. These were relatives, neighbors, sometimes even friends. And that hurt most of all. Claire noticed the light in her son's eyes slowly dimming. She wanted to help but didn't know how. Sometimes at night, after Nathan fell asleep, she would quietly cry into her pillow, never loud enough for him to hear. A mother's tears are often the soundless prayers of a weary heart. One warm evening, while cleaning out old books and notebooks, Nathan stumbled upon a folded, yellowed piece of paper wedged between the pages of an old journal. He opened it. It was a handwritten letter. The elegant cursive was unmistakably his mother's. It read, "Greater than my dear Nathan, if ever the day comes when your dreams feel shattered, remember broken pieces can be reassembled into something even stronger. If you ever feel like giving up, remember that someone me is still holding on to you. You were born not to blend in, but to rise. I believe in you, even when you don't. Love always, Mom." His hands trembled, his eyes stunned. For the first time in weeks, the storm inside him slowed. He pressed the letter to his chest. He didn't need the world to believe in him. That one voice, his mother's, was enough. The next morning, Nathan woke up with a quiet determination. He wrote on a sticky note and taped it above his desk. "I'm not done yet." He reorganized his routine. Morning jogs to clear his mind for hours of study, daily YouTube lectures on subjects he struggled with, reading one inspiring article each week, and most importantly, rereading the letter every night before bed. Claire noticed the change. He no longer sat around aimlessly. His shoulders were straighter, his eyes clearer. He wasn't chasing approval anymore, he was chasing growth. Soon, Nathan began helping younger students in the neighborhood with homework and exam preparation. People noticed. One teacher, Mrs. Whitmore, said, "Nathan has the gift not only to rise but to lift others with him." Though he wasn't enrolled in any university yet, his house became a local learning hub, and unknowingly, he became a role model. The bull who once avoided people was now the one they sought out for guidance. A year passed. University entrance exams came around again. Nathan sat for the tests, but this time, something was different. He wasn't desperate to prove them wrong. He simply wanted to fulfill his mission quietly, deeply, and sincerely. When he exited the exam room, he smiled. Not because he was sure of the results, but because he knew, greater than this time, I showed up as the best version of me. Weeks later, the university posted its acceptance list. Nathan scrolled slowly, and there it was, his name. He had been accepted on a full scholarship. He sat in silence, then walked into the kitchen and placed the acceptance letter on the table. Claire looked up. Her hands shook as she read it. Nathan said softly, "Mom, your letter got me here." She hugged him tightly and whispered through tears, "You got yourself here." The letter was just a reminder of what was already inside you. At university, Nathan thrived. He excelled academically, volunteered as a mentor, and became a speaker for underprivileged youth. His talks didn't sound like lectures, they sounded like life. Every summer, he returned to his village and ran free tutoring camps for teens who had lost hope. The old neighbors, now they spoke his name with respect. The ones who once mocked him, they now sent their children to learn from him. Years passed. Nathan became a respected educator and youth advocate. He published books on self-belief and perseverance, and traveled the world helping marginalized communities access education. Yet one thing remained unchanged. He still carried that letter in his wallet. He once said during a seminar, "Greater than success didn't start when I got into university. It started the moment I believed I could try again. He opened his notebook and showed the same handwritten letter to hundreds of students, saying, "Greater than this was my lifeline. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. But if even one person believes in you, hold on to that with everything you have." It was never just ink on paper. It was love, hope, and truth. Nathan's story teaches us, greater than sometimes the smallest gesture, a handwritten note, a sincere word can awaken strength buried deep within. If you're struggling, write yourself a letter. Or read one from someone who loves you. Or even better, be someone else's letter. Because somewhere out there, someone needs a reminder that they are not done yet either.